Have you ever felt like your hands and feet just don't belong to your body? In the morning, even with warm blankets or thick socks, your feet can be ice cold. And your fingers, even holding a warm mug, can make them tremble from the cold. The strange thing is, even if it's not very cold out and people next to you feel normal, your hands and feet feel cut off from the warm blood circulating inside. Many people think this is normal as they get older, but that's not true. Persistent cold hands and feet are a sign that blood isn't reaching your extremities. And when blood circulation slows down, not only do you feel cold, but numbness, cramping, or even the risk of skin ulcers also increases, especially for people over 60. So, is there a way to warm up your hands and feet without needing medication? The answer is yes. And the wonderful thing is, by simply adjusting a few drinks throughout your day, you can help your blood flow, wake up, warm up, and spread to every fingertip and toe. In today's video, you'll discover 8 drinks scientifically proven to activate peripheral blood vessels, increase natural heat production, and bring noticeable warmth. Just one small cup a day. Are you ready? We'll start with the lightest but incredibly familiar, one that just needs a few slices to awaken freezing feet. Now that we understand why cold hands and feet often stem from a weakened peripheral circulatory system, especially when small blood vessels in the extremities don't sufficiently dilate to deliver warm blood deeply, it's time to explore each helper that can reactivate that blood flow. And the first name trusted by medical professionals is also a familiar item in most American kitchens during winter. Drink number 1, fresh ginger tea, awakening peripheral blood vessels, rekindling warmth in hands and feet. It's no coincidence that whenever the weather turns cold, a hot cup of ginger tea becomes an instinctive choice for many older adults. But hidden behind that warm, pungent sensation in your throat is a fascinating series of biological reactions, with gingerol, the natural pungent compound in fresh ginger, as the main agent. Gingerol is likened to a key that unlocks TRPV1 and TRPA1 channels, microscopic gates on the surface of nerve cells that sense heat. When activated, these channels signal the peripheral blood vessels to dilate, increasing blood flow to the skin and soft tissues, especially in areas far from the heart, like the soles of the feet, hands, and toes. What's noteworthy is that this mechanism doesn't require weeks to take effect. Many users clearly report feeling warmth spread to their hands and feet after just 20-30 minutes of drinking hot ginger tea, if prepared correctly and consumed at the right time. What's the scientific basis behind this? A pharmacological review, published in the NCBI database, synthesized dozens of studies on ginger's vasodilatory and blood pressure regulating effects, especially in older adults. Among them, trials using 1.52 gene of fresh ginger showed a slight decrease in diastolic blood pressure, a clear reduction in the frequency of colds, and most notably, an effect of increased subcutaneous blood flow in the extremities. For this reason, ginger tea is increasingly being incorporated into home circulatory support programs for people aged 60 and over, particularly during cold weather or for those experiencing numbness and cold in their limbs in the early morning. How to prepare and use ginger tea for optimal results. The simplest way is to take 2 grams of fresh ginger, equivalent to 3 or 4 thin slices, crush it, and steep it with 6.7 Oz 200 ml of boiling water for 5 to 7 minutes. You can add a few drops of lemon juice or 1/2 teaspoon of honey to enhance the flavor and aid digestion. The ideal time to drink it is in the morning when your body temperature is still low, or 30 minutes before going out into cold weather. However, there are a few important considerations. Ginger, though a natural remedy, can cause stomach upset or heartburn if consumed on an empty stomach, especially in people with stomach conditions. Additionally, ginger has a mild anticoagulant effect, so if you are taking high-dose anticoagulant medications like warfarin or heparin, consult your doctor before regular consumption of ginger tea. In most cases, 2 grams a day is safe, but if you bruise easily, you should reduce the dose or use it every other day. What about you? How long has it been since you made yourself a warm cup of ginger tea in the morning? And if you've tried it, did you notice your feet feeling less cold, your fingers no longer stiff every winter morning? Try following the recipe above and share your experience. You might just discover the simplest warming secret for this cold season. Ready for the next one? If ginger brings immediate radiating warmth, the next drink helps burn energy from within brown fat cells, creating more sustained heat, and, especially, has an aroma that makes winter feel as gentle as a cup of baked apple pie. Let's discover it now. Drink number 2, Ceylon cinnamon tea. If ginger tea quickly impacts surface warmth by dilating blood vessels, cinnamon tea is like an intracellular heater, quietly activating thermogenesis from deep within the body. The power behind this is cinnamaldehyde, a compound found in cinnamon bark, which also gives baked cinnamon rolls their characteristic sweet and spicy aroma during the holiday season. When cinnamaldehyde enters the body, it directly acts on brown adipose tissue, a special type of fat tissue capable of generating heat to keep the body warm. This fat is active in the neck, shoulders, collarbones, and spine, and when activated, it burns glucose and fatty acids to produce heat instead of storing fat, thereby helping to increase skin temperature in the hands and feet, especially in middle-aged and older individuals, where brown fat activity tends to decline with age. Cinnamaldehyde has also been studied in a 12-week human trial published by the Life Sciences Institute, PMC, in which participants supplementing with cinnamon extract reported increased energy metabolism and skin surface temperature, as well as a slight reduction in belly fat and improved capillary circulation. Notably, individuals with cold hands syndrome, chronic cold hands, reported that after 2 weeks of daily hot cinnamon tea, their fingers felt warmer in the early morning, and the sensation of cold in the extremities significantly decreased. So, how do you prepare cinnamon tea for optimal heat production? The advice from nutrition experts is to use whole Ceylon cinnamon sticks, because this type contains less coumarin than common cassia cinnamon. Coumarin can be harmful to the liver if consumed in large quantities. Just 1/2 a cinnamon stick, about 3 to 4 g, simmered with 8.5 full Oz, 250 ml of filtered water for 10 minutes will give you a fragrant, subtly spicy, and very easy to drink tea. You can add a slice of dried orange or a few drops of vanilla to enhance the flavor, especially suitable for drinking in the afternoon or 1-2 hours before bed if the weather is cold. A few important notes. Although cinnamon tea has a very clear thermogenic effect, cassia cinnamon should not be used daily, especially for people with liver disease, elevated liver enzymes, or those taking anticoagulants like warfarin. If your body is prone to irritation or you are on long-term medication, limit cinnamon tea to 2 to 3 times a week and consult your doctor if taking it concurrently with cardiovascular or diabetes medications. Now imagine, a cold afternoon, you're sitting by the window, holding a warm cup of cinnamon tea, fragrant with the scent of cookies, and your feet are no longer numb and cold like every other day. Just a small change in your drinking habit, but it can ignite a long-lasting energy source from within. And if you want to find something even more magical, that is anti-inflammatory, stimulates blood circulation, and soothes joints and muscles in the evening, the next item will surprise you. Get ready to step into the world of drink number 3, golden milk, the legendary turmeric latte that is captivating the world. If the previous 2 drinks helped warm you by dilating blood vessels or activating brown fat, now it's time to introduce a drink that not only warms but also heals, from joints to blood vessels, from hidden inflammation to cold sleep. Westerners call it golden milk, the golden-hued milk, and for Asians, it's the traditional combination of turmeric powder and black pepper, which has appeared in traditional Indian medicine for thousands of years. So what makes this turmeric milk a valuable warming tool for cold feet after age 60? The key lies in curcumin, the main anti-inflammatory compound in turmeric. But beyond common anti-inflammatory effects, curcumin also increases the production of nitric oxide, NO, a crucial molecule that helps dilate blood vessels, improving blood flow to the extremities, especially in the small capillaries of the hands and feet, where circulation often stagnates when it's cold or when age makes blood vessel walls less elastic. And notably, curcumin also helps soothe mild morning joint pain, which often accompanies cold hands and feet. However, curcumin is very poorly absorbed if you simply consume turmeric alone. This is where a crucial assistant appears, piperine in black pepper. Piperine has the ability to increase the bioavailability of curcumin by 2000%, meaning it transforms turmeric into an active compound that can truly exert its effects in the bloodstream instead of being eliminated before it can work. This turmeric-pepper duo has been widely studied in middle-aged and older adults. A study published in Science Direct in 2023 showed that after 12 weeks of use, endothelial function in blood vessels significantly improved, plasma No levels notably increased, and the sensation of cold hands and feet decreased in participants aged 55 and over. So, how do you prepare a perfect cup of golden milk, one that warms your stomach and your blood? The simplest way is to use 6.7 flelos, 200 milliliters of almond milk or other plant-based milk. Warm it to about 140 to 158 E to give 60 to 70 D6. Do not boil vigorously to avoid breaking down curcumin. Then add 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder plus 1 pinch of ground black pepper. You can add a little Ceylon cinnamon or honey if you want to enhance the flavor. The ideal time to drink it is in the evening about 1 hour before bed, when the body begins to relax and blood vessels are ready to absorb the active compounds best. An important note, curcumin has mild blood thinning properties, so people taking anticoagulants, undergoing surgery soon, or with gallstones should consult their doctor before regular use. Additionally, if you are new to it, start with a small amount to check for digestive reactions, as some people may feel slightly bloated if consumed on an empty stomach. And there's more to say. This golden milk isn't just warming, but also soothing. Many people report sleeping more deeply, having fewer muscle spasms at night, and no longer feeling restless legs whenever the weather changes. This is understandable, because when blood vessels are dilated, circulation improves and muscles relax. Sleep becomes more peaceful. Have you ever tried making golden milk at home? Do you usually take turmeric in pill form, or have you tried combining turmeric, pepper, and milk to fully experience the warmth from within? If not, this is an opportunity to discover a small habit that can transform both your sleep quality and your cold feet every winter morning. And once you've warmed up from the inside, why not continue with a drink that within just 2 hours of consumption dilates blood vessels by 8 to 10%? What does that mean? It means blood is delivered to your feet faster in greater amounts and for longer. That's the power of flavonols in dark cacao. Drink number 4 will make you look at a seemingly simple hot chocolate cup in a completely different way. When winter arrives, or simply when your feet are always colder than the rest of your body, you might have thought of a hot chocolate as a comforting choice. But few know that behind that sweet taste is a powerful physiological effect scientifically recognized. Deep endothelial vasodilation and increased peripheral blood flow just 2 hours after consumption. It's not magic, but a clear effect from a group of active compounds called flavonols, especially epicatechin, a substance found in pure dark cacao. So why do flavonols in cacao have such an effect that researchers invite people aged 60 and over to participate in trials? Because it activates endothelial function, the thin layer of cells lining the inside of blood vessels. When this endothelial layer functions well, it secretes nitric oxide, NO, a molecule that helps dilate blood vessels, increase blood flow, and reduce pressure on the heart. In older adults, the endothelium often weakens with age, leading to chronic cold hands and feet, numbness, or blood pressure instability. Flavonols from cacao are a natural activator for this function. A double-blind study published in PMC showed that after giving a group of individuals aged 60 and over 450 milligrams of flavonols from cacao, within just 2 hours, flow-mediated dilation, FMD, increased by 8 to 10%, corresponding to a clear increase in blood flow to the extremities. Furthermore, this change correlated directly with serum epicatechin levels, proving a genuine effect, not just a sensation. So, do you need to seek out super expensive chocolate or just a few simple ingredients. The good news is you can make it yourself at home. You only need 1 tablespoon TBSP of pure cacao powder. Choose a type with more 70% cacao, not pre-mixed with sugar or milk. 6.7 Felal Oz, 200 milliliters of warm water or plant-based milk. Almond or oat milk is even better. You can add a little Ceylon cinnamon and a few drops of stevia or raw honey if you want it sweeter. A small but important note: do not boil vigorously, as high heat can reduce flavanol activity. Warming it to about 140, 158 degrees, 60-70 degrees, is ideal. And when should you drink it? In the afternoon, when hands and feet start to get colder with ambient temperature, or 30 to 60 minutes before going out into cold weather to maximize the vasodilatory effect. However, it's also important to remember that cacao contains a mild amount of caffeine. If you are sensitive to caffeine, avoid drinking it too close to bedtime. Additionally, because cacao contains oxalates, people with kidney oxalate stones or those at risk should discuss the frequency of consumption with their doctor beforehand. For individuals with naturally low blood pressure, start with small amounts to monitor your reaction. Here's an interesting fact. When drinking pure dark cacao, many people not only feel their hands and feet warm up, but also experience a more positive mood, reduced stress, and even slightly improved sleep. This is partly due to anandamide, dubbed the bliss molecule, present in cacao, and when your mind is relaxed, circulation improves even further. And if you thought you'd heard it all from ginger, turmeric, and cacao, just wait. The next food isn't something you drink every day, but it contains natural nitrates that can help open up blood flow all the way to your toes. That's lightly warmed beet juice, a natural vascular opener, well researched in people with peripheral artery disease and older adults with chronic cold feet. Get ready for drink number 5, where the color crimson actually means internal warmth. Some mornings, even when you're bundled up in warm clothes, a scarf, and thick socks, your feet can be so cold you just want to sit still, curled up, and not move. For those over 60, that sensation of cold feet isn't simply due to the weather. It often stems from a decline in peripheral circulation, especially in the tiny capillaries of the feet. On the journey to find a natural, easy solution, scientists have landed on a seemingly humble candidate: the red beet. It's not about its sweetness. It's because beets are the richest food source of natural nitrates. Once in your body, these nitrates convert into nitric oxide, NO, a miracle molecule that helps dilate blood vessels, increasing blood flow to your limbs. This is particularly effective for cold feet, those with poor circulation in their lower limbs, or even people at risk of peripheral artery disease, PAD. The way nitrates in beets work has been clarified in many studies. After absorption in the intestines, nitrates become nitrites and then nitric oxide. This process helps relax small blood vessels, gently lowers blood pressure, and improves oxygen delivery to distant tissues like your feet and fingers. The effectiveness isn't just theoretical. A study published in PMC showed that after just 2 weeks of beet juice supplementation, patients with PAD significantly increased their pain-free walking distance. This is incredibly meaningful for older adults who often experience tired, numb, or cold feet when they move. Another observed benefit is a feeling of warmth and a return of pinkness to the skin of the feet, especially in people aged 60 and over who show signs of poor circulation. It's no coincidence that beet juice is called a natural vasodilator, meaning a drink that effectively widens blood vessels without medication. So how do you use it for the best results? You just need to juice 3.4 Fel Oz, 100 ml of fresh beet, about half a medium beet. Add 1.7 Fel Oz, 50 ml of juiced carrots to balance the flavor and boost beneficial beta-carotene, an antioxidant for blood vessels. Gently warm this mixture to below 140 degrees Celsius, 60 degrees Celsius. Don't boil it, as high heat can destroy natural enzymes and active compounds. Drink it in the morning, 60 to 90 minutes before activity, when your circulatory system is starting to get moving. If you don't have a juicer, you can absolutely blend cooked beets until smooth and dilute with warm water or plant-based milk. Just make sure not to add sugar. However, beet juice does come with a few caveats. First, it can gently lower blood pressure, so if you already have low blood pressure or are on blood pressure medication, you should monitor your reaction when trying it for the first time. Second, beets are fairly high in oxalates. If you have kidney oxalate stones or are at risk, discuss this with your doctor beforehand. Also, your urine might turn reddish pink after drinking it. This is completely normal and not a sign of bleeding or harm. Have you ever tried beet juice? And did you notice a clear change in your hands and feet? With just a small glass each morning, many people have shared that their feet no longer look purplish, their shoes feel warmer, and they can move more easily in cold weather. If you've tried it, feel free to share your experience and any tips for making it more palatable, as the earthy taste of beets can sometimes be off-putting for newcomers. If you haven't tried it, start with a small serving and see if your feet wake up earlier each morning. Don't leave this list just yet. Sometimes what keeps you warm is a familiar glass of apple juice, but when heated with cinnamon, cloves, and ginger, it transforms into a sweet circulatory remedy for your small blood vessels. We'll continue with drink number 6, mulled apple cider, the classic drink for rosy red hands. Perhaps no scent evokes warmth in cold weather more clearly than the aroma of cinnamon, cloves, and red apples gently simmering on the stove. But behind that pleasant sensation is not just comfort, it's a real effect on peripheral circulation. For older adults, where freezing hands and purplish toes are common, a daily glass of mulled apple cider can be a gentle yet effective key to awaken a hibernating circulatory system. What gives this drink its special power is the combination of apple polyphenols, especially the flavan-3-OLs group, along with powerful antioxidant spices like Ceylon cinnamon, cloves, and fresh ginger. It's no coincidence that mulled apple cider was once a folk remedy used in cold seasons across many traditional European medicines. In terms of mechanism, flavan-3-ols in apples improve endothelial function, meaning they help the inner lining of blood vessels work more efficiently, increasing natural nitric oxide production and allowing blood vessels to dilate better. When combined with cinnamon and cloves, which contain cinnamaldehyde and eugenol, this drink not only provides strong antioxidant benefits, but also slightly increases heat production and peripheral vasodilation. Ginger, as we saw earlier, helps boost blood flow to the extremities. This effect isn't just theoretical. A study published in the PMC, Journal of Functional Foods, showed that supplementing with 10 FLO-OZ, 300 ml, of polyphenol-rich apple juice daily for 8 weeks helped improve systolic blood pressure and skin microcirculation in middle-aged and older adults. Meanwhile, the accompanying spices are proven to help stabilize blood glucose and increase anti-inflammatory activity, a crucial factor since older adults often experience chronic inflammation that hinders circulation. So how do you make a perfect glass of mulled apple cider, both delicious and effective for activating your hands? You can use 6.7 Feel Oz, 200 ml of pure apple juice, 100% juice, no added sugar, and simmer it gently over low heat with 1 Ceylon cinnamon stick, 2 cloves, 2 lightly crushed slices of fresh ginger. Cook for 8 minutes, uncovered, then drink it warm, ideally in the afternoon or early morning when body temperature is usually lower. You can add 1/4 teaspoon of raw honey if you want to increase the natural sweetness. Don't boil vigorously, as high heat can cause beneficial volatile compounds in ginger and cloves to evaporate. However, this drink isn't suitable for everyone. Diabetics need to be mindful, as apple juice, even pure, still contains a relatively high amount of natural sugar. The solution: use 1/2 serving or dilute it further with warm water, or substitute with unfiltered, cloudy apple juice, which has lower sugar content and is rich in pectin. Additionally, people with severe liver conditions or those taking liver metabolized medications like statins, blood pressure medications should be cautious if consuming large amounts of cloves or cinnamon daily. If you prefer a heartier flavor, the next item will definitely surprise you. It's a combination of classic bone broth with a touch of warm cayenne pepper, warming joints, opening blood vessels, and providing a lasting warmth from deep within. Get ready for drink number 7, lightly spicy bone broth, the heat-boosting soup that deeply warms even the soles of your feet. If there's one dish that warms both your stomach and your soul, it's bone broth. But when combined with cayenne pepper and a few slices of fresh ginger, this traditional broth is no longer just an old-fashioned dish. Instead, it becomes a deep heat booster for cold, stiff feet caused by poor circulation in older adults. And what's even more interesting, this benefit isn't just from the spiciness. Physiologically, bone broth provides collagen peptides and amino acids like glycine and proline, important components of cartilage, blood vessels, and skin structure. But the key here is that by adding a pinch of cayenne pepper, you're introducing capsaicin to your body. Capsaicin is the active compound that creates a spicy sensation, but is also a powerful vasodilator key. Capsaicin activates TRPV1 receptors located on sensory nerve endings in your skin and blood vessels. When activated, these receptors signal the brain to dilate peripheral blood vessels to cool down, thereby increasing blood flow to your hands and feet and reducing feelings of coldness and numbness. Additionally, capsaicin stimulates the production of nitric oxide, NO, which helps blood vessel walls contract and expand more flexibly. This isn't just theoretical. Research from PMC, Vascular Pharmacology, noted that low-dose capsaicin supplementation helped increase NO secretion and improve peripheral blood vessel endothelial function, especially in individuals at risk of atherosclerosis or poor circulation. Another study in Korea showed that the combination of capsaicin and collagen peptides improved blood flow in the lower limbs while also helping to reduce pain and improve motor function in people with chronic arthritis. To fully benefit from this, the method is surprisingly simple. Prepare 8.5 flatos, 250 ml, of unsalted chicken bone broth. You can buy low sodium ready-made or simmer it yourself from chicken bones, ginger, and onions. Add 1 pinch of ground cayenne pepper, about 1/8 teaspoon. Add a few lightly crushed slices of fresh ginger. Heat gently and drink while still warm, ideally in the afternoon or on cold evenings. The mild spiciness will spread down your throat, gradually radiating to your palms and the soles of your feet like a wave of internal heat. If you're not used to spicy flavors, you can start with a very small amount and gradually increase it. And if you want a slightly richer taste, you can add 1 small spoon of virgin olive oil after heating. This helps increase the absorption of fat-soluble compounds from collagen and chili. However, not everyone should freely consume this type of spicy broth. If you have stomach ulcers, irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, or severe reflux, you should reduce or avoid chili entirely. Additionally, since bone broth often contains fairly high sodium, if not homemade, people with high blood pressure or heart failure should choose low sodium varieties or rinse ingredients briefly before use. Have you ever tried bone broth as a warm drink instead of just a soup ingredient? And have you ever added chili to it? You might be surprised to realize that just this small change can deeply warm cold feet after a long day and help soothe aching knees as evening sets in. If you love a blend of classic and modern flavors, the next item will definitely intrigue you. It's an ancient herbal drink from East Asia, once used to warm the heart, vitalize blood, and increase endurance. Now, scientific research has confirmed its benefits. Korean red ginseng tea. This tea doesn't just make your hands rosy and feet warm, it also boosts energy for older adults on chilly days. Let's explore it in the next section. After those rich, fragrant, and spicy broths, many will surely crave something lighter, something gentle and easy to drink, yet powerful enough to rekindle internal warmth. And nothing fits better than a cup of Korean red ginseng tea, a warming herb used for hundreds of years to improve circulation, boost vitality, and keep hands and feet warm even in harsh weather. But is this just a folk remedy, or has it been scientifically proven? The first thing to know is that red ginseng differs from white or fresh ginseng because it's steamed and then dried. This process concentrates certain active compounds like ginsenoside RG1, which is the thermo key that helps improve peripheral blood flow, increase skin temperature, and reduce the sensation of coldness in the extremities. A study published on PubMed Central showed that people with cold hypersensitivity in hands and feet, meaning they had persistently cold hands and feet even without any clear underlying disease, who consumed 3g of red ginseng daily for 8 weeks, reported an average increase of 2.2 degrees Celsius, 1.2 degrees C in hand skin temperature, along with a clear reduction in the sensation of cold, numbness, and discomfort in their extremities compared to the placebo group. Another study showed that ginseng also has the ability to slightly increase heart contractility, supporting better blood circulation in middle-aged individuals. The biological mechanism is as follows. Ginsenoside RG1 activates endothelial nitric oxide synthase (ENOS) receptors, which then increases the production of nitric oxide (NO), a natural vasodilator in the body. Additionally, red ginseng also has a mild effect on reducing oxidative stress and supporting the regulation of the autonomic nervous system, helping blood vessels contract and expand more flexibly in cold conditions. For usage, the most traditional way is to steep 2g of dried red ginseng slices, equivalent to 3 to 4 thin slices, with 6.7 flour Oz, 200 ml, of hot water at about 194 degrees to 90 degrees for 5 minutes. You can add 1/2 teaspoon of honey to enhance the flavor, or a few slices of ginger if you prefer a mild spice. Drink slowly while still warm, ideally in the early morning or early afternoon, avoiding use in the evening if you're sensitive to stimulants. If you're using ginseng powder, the typical dosage is 1 to 2 kilos a day, mixed with warm water or stirred into porridge or plant-based milk as desired. Especially for older adults who often have cold hands and feet, along with fatigue and slight dizziness when changing positions, drinking ginseng in the morning can improve blood vessel strength and alertness. However, ginseng isn't for everyone and shouldn't be used casually. If you have uncontrolled high blood pressure or are taking antiarrhythmic drugs or strong diuretics, you should consult your doctor before regular use. Additionally, because ginseng has a mild stimulating effect on the nervous system, some people may experience insomnia or restlessness if they use it after 4 p.m. One more note, only use red ginseng from reliable sources with clear quality standards. In the US, you can choose products from Chongquanjung, KJC, a long-standing Korean brand, or red ginseng tea granules packaged by brands with USP or NSF certification. Have you ever drunk ginseng tea? And how did your body react? Did you feel more alert, warmer, or have trouble sleeping? If you've experienced it, share your feelings. If you haven't tried it, you might start with a small slice of ginseng, a light cup of tea, to feel the warmth spread through the small blood vessels in your fingertips. And now, having explored 8 heat-activating foods and drinks from within, it's time to summarize each one as a pocket toolkit for hands and feet that are no longer cold. Fresh ginger tea helps awaken blood flow in small vessels thanks to gingerol, perfect for chilly mornings or when you need a bit of warm energy from within. Ceylon cinnamon tea, with its sweet and spicy aroma and cinnamaldehyde, is a wonderful midday drink when you need both to warm up and gently boost your metabolism. Golden milk, turmeric milk with pepper, is a gentle choice before bedtime, helping to reduce oxidative stress and increase circulation in a relaxing way. Dark cacao, 70%, not only makes you feel comfortable with its rich, bitter aroma, but also helps increase endothelial vasodilation within 2 hours of drinking, especially suitable for those 60 and over who need circulatory support. Lightly warmed beet juice is a doping dose for your feet before activity. Natural nitrates convert to NO, paving the way for blood to flow all the way to your toes. Mulled apple cider, apples simmered with cinnamon, ginger, and cloves, is a wonderfully warm drink for chilly afternoons, offering both a gentle flavor and supporting skin microcirculation and systolic blood pressure. Lightly spicy bone broth with cayenne pepper supplements collagen and capsaicin, helping to both nourish joints and warm your body from the core outwards. And finally, Korean red ginseng tea is a traditional drink scientifically proven to increase skin temperature and reduce feelings of coldness, especially in middle aged and older adults. Each option is a smart choice. When used correctly and at the right time, you can not only improve blood circulation to your hands and feet, but also nourish your blood vessels and endothelium over time. So, in the coming days, which one will you choose to keep your feet warm? Let's move to the conclusion to look at why such small choices can make a big difference in everyday life. Someone once said, "Old age is when your hands and feet start to get cold before your heart." But that doesn't mean we're helpless. With just a cup of ginger tea in the early morning, a warm mug of cacao in the late afternoon, or a soothing cup of turmeric milk before bed, the piercing cold in your fingertips and toes can gradually be replaced by a spreading warmth, like a gentle reminder that your body is still capable of caring for itself if you know how to give it what it needs. No expensive medications, no complex machinery, just a little knowledge, a touch of thoughtfulness, and a habit repeated every day. And you can help your blood circulate better, help your skin look healthier, and most importantly, help your hands and feet stop being a repository of coldness. Have you tried any of these 8 warming drinks? Is there anyone that made you feel particularly more comfortable than the others? Don't hesitate to share your experiences or small tips. Who knows, your trick might be exactly what someone else out there is looking for to keep their tired feet warm. Sometimes life just needs a warm drink at the right time. And today you have 8 options. Choose a gentle dose of warmth to start making changes from the smallest things every day.